Alright, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone that rule well. Shalom to Arkin, pushing this word around the globe with faith and truth and in sincerity. This is the brother Caleb from the GMS London Forecasters Camp, back with another lesson, Lord willing, to help edify the Lord's elect and the nation of Israel. I'd like to start by saying that we are the real Hebrew Israelites, the real Israelites, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, and West Africans predominantly. However, you are going to get Israelites that do look like the other nations because Israel has been scattered amongst all people throughout our various captivities. But if your seed line by your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible who was named Israel, then you too are an Israelite, no matter what you may look like, because the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18 states that your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers. So this is an article from the Independent here in the UK. This is call for door-to-door vaccinations to tackle COVID inequalities. Ministers must consider innovative ways to improve access to the vaccine. And this is one day ago it's published. It says COVID-19 vaccines should be offered on a door-to-door basis in areas where deprived, remote and minority ethnic communities live in order to tackle inequality, a race equality think tank has said. Dr. Halima Begum, chief executive of the Runnymede Trust think tank, warned ministers that without door-to-door vaccinations, Black, Asian and minority ethnic, abbreviation BAME, which is fucking ridiculous. There's no nation in the Bible called Black, Asian or minority or ethnic. There's no nation with that name. Anyway, communities were particularly at risk of being unvaccinated. Shows how desperate Esau is to come down on the Israelites. This is speaking to The Guardian. She said that if people were not able or willing to go and get the vaccine, the NHS vaccine army should go to them. NHS officers of the COVID jab to NHS offers the COVID jab to people in their own homes if they are registered with their GPs and as a household of immobile, with some GPs increasing their efforts to reach patients who may have received an invitation to get the vaccine but have not yet accepted it. There are over 1,500 vaccination sites throughout the UK, which means that 97% of the population is within 10 miles of a vaccine service, according to NHS England. These include vaccination centres, GP surgeries, hospital hubs and pharmacies. But Dr. Begum told the newspaper that although there are many vaccination centres in inner cities, a lot of elderly and immobile people are simply unable to get there. Her call comes after NHS data showed white people in the top vaccine priority groups were more than twice as likely to have received the coronavirus jab as black people in the early stages of England's vaccination programme. Last month, analysis of clinical data from 23.4 million adults revealed substantial divergence in the rates of vaccination between different ethnicity groups in England, with black people accounting for the lowest rate of vaccination among minority ethnic groups. Analysis by The Independent also showed that the poor areas are at risk of vaccinating fewer at-risk people among the most deprived parts of the country. Fewer people aged over 80 and in their mid-70s received their first dose of vaccine against COVID-19 by 7th February when compared to more affluent areas. Dr. Begum urged the government to focus on finding innovative ways to improve access to the vaccine or risk a vaccine divide. Because we have a universal health system in the UK, access to the vaccine is presumed as a given, she told The Guardian. But what people don't see if the unequal access to health services, which have led to a less take-up of health services in deprived communities and areas across the UK. She also warned that white, affluent middle classes are able to demand more from their health services. Communities with less voice who may face racism will experience barriers to health access. Alright, so that's the end of the article, and it's just some more bullshit from Esau, because basically they're trying to come down and get us Israelites vaccinated, but us Israelites aren't supposed to be doing this, because the book of Leviticus 19 It's like a tongue tied. The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 28 states that we're not supposed to make any cuttings in our flesh. Let me get it for edification's sake. Leviticus 19:28 says, Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am Yahweh. And we were commanded, Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. This is what Yahweh said to us Israelites. He says, For thou art a holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Yahweh did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people. But because Yahweh loved you, and because you would keep the oath which you have sworn unto your fathers, hath Yahweh brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh king of Egypt. You know, and that's exactly what we're in, a repeat of our captivity in Egypt, because Esau doesn't want to let us go. Esau doesn't want us to be free. Esau doesn't want us to serve our Lord, our power, which is Yahweh, the one true God of the Bible, and his son Yahweh Shai. Esau wants to keep us in perpetual servitude forever. Let's get Psalms 83. Psalms 83 verse 1, it says, a song of Psalm of Asaph. Keep not silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and have consulted against thy hidden ones. Now them calling us black, Asian, ethnic and minority groups, BAME, is all part of their crafty counsel to take the name of Israel out of remembrance. Let's read that again, Psalms 83. They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. First and foremost, the tabernacles of Edom, which is you so-called white people predominantly today, you Edomites, the sons of Esau, Jacob's twin brother, and the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, Moab and the Hagarenes. Moab is the Chinese, Jebal and Ammon, Ammon being the Japanese, Amalek being the chief, the head tribe, I believe, of the nation of Esau, which is you Amalekites, those fake so-called Jews trampling down our homeland of Israel at the moment. They aren't the true people of the Bible. They're Amalekites, which are sons of Esau. Philistines, which is the Hamites, who were the original Palestinians, I believe, and with the inhabitants of Tyre. So basically all the nations have conspired to help take the name of Israel out of remembrance, and Revelation 12 and 12 is what we're living in right now, because Esau is desperate to get his new world order in. Revelation 12 and 12 states, Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So that's why Esau's trying to push this vaccination program as hard as he possibly can. I mean, going door to door. I mean, this is just, doesn't that just reek of desperation? And so it should. Even if they do come and knock on our door, we're still not supposed to be taking that, because this is just one step closer to the inevitable mark of the beast. But I want to get Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, and make the point, because I'm not going to make this lesson long. I just want to keep it short and to the point. Ecclesiastes 12 verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or evil. So that's just a quick one. You know, you're not supposed to be taking no vaccine, and you're not supposed to be taking no mark of the beast. You know, if you're an Israelite, it would behoove you to take heed to this knowledge and wisdom that's being dispersed by the prophets of the Most High, who are predominantly the men of Great Millstone, because this truth isn't going to be available for very much longer. Because with all the prophecies that are coming to pass, one of the major prophecies is the famine of the word. So you better get the oil while the time is right, and that time is now. So with that, giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone that will well. Shalom to Ark in pushing this word around the globe, and until the next lesson I'm able to do, Lord willing, I say Shalom.